Hi, today's video is going to be a cockatiel story. So these are my three cockatiels. This is Monty, he's 14 years old. And this is Willow, and this is Jingles. They're both babies. They're, I don't remember how many months, maybe 4 or 5 months old. And Monty is the reason I started YouTube. My very first video on YouTube is of my cockatiel Monty here on November 8th, 2007. And he sings a song. He sings a song, apparently it's from The Sound of Music. Now when I got Monty, he was already singing that song because he was about 1 year old. I adopted him from someone who couldn't care for him anymore. And he came to me singing that song, so it was pretty neat about that. And his video got a lot of views. Right, Monty? Or like some kind of movie star. Yeah, so it's his first video, so I'm going to show you just a small clip of that video. If you want to see the whole video, I'll put the link down below in the description. I'm trying to sing. So let's have a look. So Monty still tries to sing that song. I'll play his video to him and he sings along to it. He still sings it, but it's not the whole song. But if I played it every day, I'm sure he would sing the whole song again. So here's an updated video of him trying to sing. He looks at his reflection and he starts to sing. Alright, so I hope you thought that was cute. And again, I'll put the link down below in the description. You can go have a look at that video of him singing the song from The Sound of Music. And now I'm going to get on with my cockatiel story. And this is Stormy. Stormy is Monty's friend. Stormy is a male. He's a pied cockatiel, and he's a very sweet cockatiel. He gets along with all my birds and all the family members, and he really enjoys being petted, especially around the head and the cheeks and the crest. It feels so good. And Monty and Stormy used to be caged together for several years without any issues. They got along really, really good. Until Monty fell in love with Rocket. Monty started to get aggressive with Stormy. He started to bite him and fight with him in the cage because he was protecting my conure Rocket. He thought Stormy wanted Rocket, but Stormy did not care. Stormy's like, I really don't want Rocket. But Monty had other plans. He really wanted Rocket. So I had to separate them into their own cages, put them side by side because Monty still liked Stormy and wanted him close by. He would scream if he was on the other side of the room. So they lived side by side. And they were happy. Now this is my love triangle. Got Monty, my cockatiel, Rocket, my conure, and Kiwi, my lorikeet. So Rocket and Kiwi were lovers, but Monty really wanted my conure Rocket here. And so Monty would not fight with Kiwi because Kiwi would fight back. So Monty just stayed close. He followed Rocket everywhere. I'm sure it was a little bit annoying for Rocket. But one day, unfortunately, it was a sad day. Kiwi did pass away. Kiwi was my lorikeet. And that meant Rocket was very, very lonely. Very, very lonely and depressed. And Monty wouldn't leave her alone. Monty kept chasing her and following her. She was really annoyed. So she started to fight with Monty and my other bird. She got aggressive, attacking everybody. She broke one of my canary's toes and was biting toes and heads and wings and pulling them. So I just couldn't have that anymore. And she was not happy. So I had to decide what to do with her. So I had a friend who had a conure who lost its mate. And I said, hey, let's let them meet together, see what happens. Because I wanted her to be happy. I don't keep the birds to make me happy. I want them to be happy. So anyways, they met and it was instant love. They preened each other. They were just happy. I could see the happiness in Rocky's face. So yes, I let her go. And she's living at home with another conure. And so that left Monty. He was a little bit sad, but he was getting a little bit closer to Stormy. I was hoping they would get closer, and they did. They got a little bit closer, but I was hoping I can cage them together again. So I would just let them be for a while, see what happened. Maybe eventually they would just crawl into each other's cage. I didn't want to force it. Just kind of let them be and take it one day at a time, but it really didn't work. So I just kept them side by side in their own cages, and All was good. Monty, I think, just likes his own space. Monty likes Stormy, but just not in the same cage as him. So unfortunately, one day, Stormy passed away. He was fine one moment, and the next moment, he passed away. Apparently it was from some kind of a brain hemorrhage. I miss him so much. He was a really nice cockatiel, so gentle, beautiful little boy. I miss him so much. And there was Monty. Monty did miss Stormy. He would cry and call out and do his special call, and Stormy didn't answer, of course. So I thought, oh, should I get another one? But what are the chances of him even liking another cockatiel? So I didn't know what to do, and I thought, no, I don't think I'll get another cockatiel this time, because I don't want to get one for Monty. I would get it for myself, because, you know, there's a chance they won't like each other. Until one day, I went to a bird show, and look what I saw. How could I resist? This baby cockatiel was only 3 weeks old. My heart melted, and I was like, oh, I couldn't. I thought, no way, that's my bird. I have to have him. So, of course, I put a deposit on him, and that's his brother. So that was baby Jingles. Baby Jingles on the right, I believe. Yeah, on the right. And I had to have him, so I had to wait until he's fully weaned, of course. Isn't he so cute? Look at all the spikes on his head. Those are pin feathers. So I picked him up at 13 weeks old, and this is his first car ride. I was taking him home and so excited to get my baby bird. He was fully weaned, and he was so much fun. We had such a nice ride home. He got a little bit tired, but it took us a while to get home. But I got him home, and I'm so excited. So, oh boy. Oh, I'm very excited. So I had to put Jingles in quarantine just to make sure everything was okay, that he was healthy and not sick, and I wanted to bond with him as well before I introduced him to my other birds, and especially to Monty. So what I did is I put them in cages side by side so they can see each other. And you can see Monty there. You know, he's bopping his head up and down and his beak's open. He didn't really like him at first, of course, because he's like, who are you? What are you doing here? You know, so it took a little while. I just took it slowly. And Monty eventually, you know, would kind of relax. You can see him stretching, like he's preening. We're not preening, just stretching and stuff, being a little bit more relaxed. So I thought that was a really good sign. And then what I did is I let Jingles out by himself to explore my bird room without the birds like flying around all over his head, because I had budgies and linneys and canaries. So I just let him check out, you know, get comfortable out before I let the birds out. And he got content there by preening himself. He seemed okay. And then I was ready to let the birds out. So I let the budgies out, the borks. There's my bork. And he's curious. He's looking at them. Now, he was used to a lot of birds where he came from, so it's not very terrifying for him. It's just that he's curious, and they're all flying over his head. And he seemed okay, and he was just looking. There's all my budgies and my linny. He saw my canary and my borks. And there comes my linny Pickles. And there's all my borks and my canary, and he was just looking away, and it didn't take long. He got pretty content, and he started to relax and stretch there and start preening himself. And then I was going to let out Monty, so I waited to let Monty out last. So I'm letting Monty out. There he is. So anyways, Monty flies up to him, and you know, this is the first time they're meeting to see what would happen. And Jingles, being a baby, he's curious, so he wants to come over to the bird. Right, he wants to come over to Monty. So Monty just kind of hangs out at the top there with him. And they start to get a little bit closer. Jingles is like, hey, I want a friend. There goes Jingles. Let's see what happens. Oh, Monty. Oh, Monty. Look at him. Monty's like this with a lot of birds. And then again, I didn't get Jingles for Monty, so he doesn't really have to like him. He can just kind of tolerate him. And Jingles is a baby, so sometimes they don't want babies. There's my hand there trying to tell him to stop. But they're birds. I gotta let him work it out, right? He's not gonna like kill him or anything. He's just beaking him and telling him to basically get lost. So Jingles is like, hey, okay, like sure. You don't want to be my friend? I'll leave. So Jingles is like, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna come over and try again. Maybe Jingles thinks it's his father or mother. I don't know. But look at Monty. Nasty Monty. Look at him. Oh, he knocked him right off the perch. Yeah, Monty's happy about that. So anyways, Monty fell in love with my lovebird. He fell in love with my lovebird Sprinkles. That's why he doesn't really care about Jingles. And my lovebird kind of tolerates Monty, but, you know, prefer not to hang around with him all the time. But Monty is following him around just like he followed my conure around. I think Monty thinks he's not a cockatiel because he doesn't like cockatiels. He likes other birds. So he was in love with Sprinkles first, and Sprinkles just ignored him and, you know, walked away, flew away. But Sprinkles is starting to like Monty, and they kind of hang out. But Monty will hang out on Jingles, or Sprinkle. He'll hang out by his cage. And, you know, I let them out together. They hang out. And this is before bedtime because Monty doesn't go to bed unless he says goodnight to Sprinkles. And here they are. See, they're being friends again. They're friends. So Sprinkles and Monty are friends and different species. I would never cage them together, of course. But just when they're out, they hang out together. And they're starting to share some food together. Look at Sprinkles. He's still not sure about Monty. Anyways, Monty, watch this. He chases away any birds that come near Sprinkles because he wants to own Sprinkles. He's like a bully bird, I guess. He's like, get away from my, well, Sprinkles as a boy, not girlfriend, but get away from my girl or whatever. So anyways, poor little Jingles is wondering, why doesn't he want to be my friend? Maybe I'll make friends with this canary. But the canary doesn't want to be friends with the cockatiel, of course. So Jingles just kind of walks around and wonders, you know, what to do and why Monty is not being his friend. So I went and got Jingles' friend. This is Willow. So Willow was actually in the weaning, container with Jingles. When the breeder was weaning Jingles, this is Willow. And they were friends. They were always sitting together. And Willow was a little bit younger, but they did like each other and they got along. And I thought, well, that's the best then. If they already got along, why not get Jingles' real friend that he had while being raised? So I went to get Willow. And Willow is a female. She's a pearl-pied cockatiel, and she's a beautiful girl. This is on the way home. This is when I picked her up. She's so cute. She's so cute. And she didn't mind the car ride, of course. So now I had to reintroduce the two of them because it has been a month since they were separated. I've had Jingles for a month at this time. And now this is their first meeting. And I put some millet there. And of course, Willow goes right for it. Like, Willow's much younger than Jingles here, like a month younger. So millet is like, you know, yummy to them, right? And birds always love millet. So I thought, what's the better way to introduce them is to put some food down and they can eat together. They can eat together and then just start hanging out together. So I was hoping that was going to work. And I don't see it being a problem as they're both babies and they're male and female. So it shouldn't be much of a problem. And you see Willow is really hungry. And it's so cute. I love listening to them eat and watching them interact with each other. So they kept eating and eating and eating, and then at last they wanted to be together and preen and preen and preen away. Like, Jingles really wanted Willow to preen him, but Willow was more into preening herself. But eventually they did start preening each other, and they're, you know, side by side, and they share a cage, and they actually really love each other now. So I think Jingles is much happier to have his own kind and to be having a friend. So here's Monty here. Monty's always following Sprinkles. And you can see Sprinkles is getting close to Willow. Monty doesn't like that. So Monty makes sure that Sprinkles is with him and nobody else. He'll chase all the birds away. Oh, Monty's really happy. Monty has his friend here, Sprinkles, who he follows everywhere. They do everything together. Wherever Sprinkles is, Monty is. So Monty and Sprinkles are a pair. Monty will never have a cockatiel friend. No, Monty doesn't realize he's a cockatiel. It's so funny, isn't it? Different species, they love each other. But look at this. See Willow? Willow still tries to be a friend with Monty, but it's not really working. So anyways, Willow and Jingles are friends, and whenever they're on one side of the room, they're together. They fly on the other side, they're together. And they fly now. Their feathers have fully grown in. Their flight feathers are grown in. And Monty still continues to love Sprinkles. And this is bedtime. All the birds are in the cage except for Monty. I have a really hard time to take Monty away from his lover, Sprinkles. Monty, you know what? You're a cockatiel, huh? Yeah, you are. But anyways, isn't that adorable? Let me know if you have a different birds that are in love with each other. Different kinds of birds. I'm interested to know. There you go, Monty. Time for bed. Alright, so Monty still loves his friend Sprinkles, the lovebird. And Jingles and Willow are getting along pretty good. They're always doing stuff together. And so I think Monty doesn't realize he's a cockatiel. So I want to thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed my video. Give me a big thumbs up if you did. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Say bye, everybody. Bye. Monty. Bye.